Infamous is a game where you get to become a superhero. You're playing this guy, Cole, who's kind of a low-down bike messenger guy, and he delivers the package of a lifetime. It creates a great disaster in a city, but it also gives him superpowers, and you get to decide what you're going to do with that. You're going to right the wrongs, or you're going to tear the city apart.
The hero of Infamous, Cole, is an electrical superhero, and so like his basic form is the guy can like shoot you in the face with a lightning bolt, and it kind of goes up from there.
So the blast kind of half destroys a city, and it gets the city quarantined, and 14 days with no power, no police, civilization falls apart. And when the game starts, the city's already kind of under this kind of distress, and Cole is sort of just recovered from his incident and starts experimenting with his powers, and you go on that journey with him. You sort of learn the rules of your powers. You learn how to re-energize yourself. You learn how to maybe upgrade and increase those powers. So it's really that kind of becoming of age story that superhero stories I think are at their best when they're in that kind of secret origins kind of area. Before the blast, in addition to being a bike courier, Cole also kind of enjoyed looking for hidden things in the city. There's a subculture of urban exploration, and that really is where Cole developed and honed his skills, climbing and exploring, and I think we try and give you sort of an amplified version of that as Cole the superhero.
So some of the ways that Cole can harness electricity as weapons, you can obviously just kind of punch a guy in the face and shock him. He can kind of shove out a lightning bolt and blast him at a distance. He can also do kind of more elaborate things like a EM blast, sending guys and cars flying, which is useful if you want to chuck a dude off the roof, which I frequently want to do in the game because it's kind of mean-spirited, and I am that way. You can also kind of let loose with a wild stream of electricity, and you can throw very small charged objects, which are sort of like grenades, which shock everyone around you. Cole can also use electricity in sort of more internal ways. For instance, the dude can take a lot of damage and regenerate his health. I don't know if that's really an electrical power-up, but we're claiming it is for the game Infamous, even though it's kind of become a video game standard. Also, he has the ability, if he jumps off a really high area or a high building, to kind of charge up his juice, so on impact, he can smash the hell out of everything around him, breaking cars to bits. One kind of funky thing about Cole's powers, of course, we've got an electrical superhero, and that means we've really done kind of due diligence and making sure that the world interacts with electricity like you might expect. So for instance, if an enemy is standing next to a metal pole, you can shock the pole and it'll actually translate into the enemy. If they're standing in water, you can shock the water and cook the guy. And if there's no electricity around, if he's in a blacked out area, he doesn't have access to effectively ammunition for his powers. So he's in a really weak state. Of course, having electrical powers does lead to having some drawbacks as well. For instance, you can't really go for a swim without cooking yourself to death. You can't handle like a firearm because it'll torch off the gunpowder and the bullets, and it'll kind of hurt your hand. So he's kind of limited, while he's also empowered by this juice running through his body. I'm really excited for spring of '09 when Infamous comes out, because I, for one, like to climb on things, blow things up, and make the choice to be evil with electricity on people.